Good afternoon and welcome to Second Saturday Art Cafe from the Fine Arts Center for the New River Valley. We have an art kit for young people in grades 3 through 5, give or take, for our November Second Saturday Art Cafe. And this month's project is called Primary Leaves, which is going to be a matter of color mixing with crayons, where you use crayons of our primary colors, basically red, yellow, and blue. And in the overlapping of our leaf patterns, we will end up discovering the colors that are made when you mix primary colors, and we call those secondary colors. What's also neat about this Primary Leaves project is that it features an art design called positive and negative space. And so you're going to discover when you're making this art project what it's like to have positive space versus negative space, or the space in between the design. In our kit for y'all will be these components. A sample, a finished piece here that someone has done using the patterns that we have. And you have the choice in your kit of one of 4 different leaf patterns. You'll want to just pick one for your project. Perhaps you're fond of maple leaves, or perhaps you're fond of oak leaves or sycamore leaves. So you pick the one you would like. Today we're going to use the sycamore leaf pattern. So you'll choose your pattern of the ones that you like here. You also have in your kit 3 pieces of heavy-duty white cardstock. So let's go ahead and get started. At home, you'll want to have hopefully a black permanent marker or a black watercolor marker for your negative space, the background. And then you'll want just the 3 primary color crayons or colored pencils or markers. And those primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. You're also going to need a pair of scissors to cut out your pattern.
To save time, we have already cut one of the pieces out, and then it was traced onto one of your pieces of cardstock and cut out.
So we've cut out our leaf pattern out of the cardstock after we traced it onto the cardstock from the paper pattern. And now we're going to watch Rhonda start her design. And every design is going to be unique.
It really will. And the main thing is, first off, you want to protect your work surface. But then you're just going to put your leaf pattern down and trace it. You're going to turn your pattern each time, and it does not matter if part of it goes off your sheet, because that's what's going to make it make those secondary colors. You can pretend that you're being Picasso. Actually, I guess this is more like Matisse. Matisse in his older years actually made little templates, and the reason he did that and did some beautiful art with templates just like these, the reason he did that was because he was going blind, but the artist in him needed to create. Now, I'm not going to do the whole sheet because you don't want to watch me do that. But I've done at least 3. And then you're going to take your crayons, or you can use colored pencils or markers. Now, the darker you do this, the more work you put into it, the harder you press, the prettier the piece is going to be.
So, Rhonda, it looks like you're picking one of your leaves. This is the middle one that you drew, correct?
Correct.
And you got to make sure, kids, that you're staying within the one leaf pattern. So keep your eyes trained on the outline of the one leaf for the one color, because that's the important thing, is that the primary colors color in the whole leaf. So today we're going to have one leaf red, one leaf yellow, and one leaf blue. And where they overlap is where you'll see those secondary colors emerge.
one thing that may help you is to do your negative space first, and that may help you see those shapes. See, I have my yellow leaf there, and then this is going to be another leaf, but right here is not a leaf. So if I color in the dark first, that's going to make it a little easier to see
the shape of
the leaf. See, I think you can see now how it's beginning to, those shapes are popping out.
Mm-hmm. So from the yellow, where do you go next? Red or blue?
It really doesn't matter. The lightest color always works best first.
Okay. So red's going on the bottom leaf here. And so there you see your second primary color. The first one was yellow. This is red. And when you get into the overlap, which we're about to have happen here, something's going to happen. So where yellow and red blend together, but you can see that's kind of orangey, kind of like a flamey orange color. Yellow and red makes orange. So you can now see we don't have pure yellow anymore in the middle there, and we don't have pure red. We have a blend. Okay, so we see how that's shaping up. How about we try our blue next and see where that takes us?
And if you were doing watercolor or acrylics or even oil painting, you would do this same method to create these different colors. The nice thing about doing your black first is if you go outside the line, it's not noticeable.
But you can really tell that green comes out of the blue and yellow combination. That's really fun. Now, let me just say, young folks, that when you are putting your leaves together, make sure you do leave some negative space. If you cover up your whole sheet of paper with leaves where they totally overlap, you'll have some nice blending, but you will not get the benefit of seeing art with negative and positive space. And because of the shape of these leaves, the negative space itself is very shapely. It's very fun to look at, those black curves all within the leaves. So everything together is playing this nice part within a composite of art, and it's creating just something very pleasing to look at. Very fun. You can put it in your room when you're done, or put it on the refrigerator to look at, and you've become a modern day artist.